Exactly.
If you take that away, if that's wiped out because for whatever reason it's no longer a priority, I do think it puts...
I'm also really glad, like, there are some Americans that, like, have I guess, like, maybe an ego thing of, like, people not wanting to admit this. But the real truth is that America came from Europe. A lot of our ideals, our values, and everything are shared with Europe.
And it's something that we should be apologetic about. Anyone who doesn't recognize, for example, that many of the features of our system of government find their root in Roman and Greek history is...
That's my guy, bro.
Is a fool. It's just not true.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy to see this. This is great. And Mark's completely right about this, by the way. 4 years ago, this post would have gotten you banned. It's crazy how much progress that we've made in only 4 or 5 years. Like, think about in the peak of 2020, COVID hysteria, and then think about where we're at now.
Everything is so expensive. Now Susan called.
Make way when you hear me come strumming, man. Sounds so good, got your head red rumming, yeah. Listen to me now, listen to me carefully. And I'ma tell you about the birds and the honeybees. Learn to hear you like university. And get low ain't nothing what it used to be. So I get high than a motherfucker all day. Just to keep it cool, yeah, doing this shit my way. And I don't care for the ones who don't care for me. Have a bitch of summer, man, thanks for the memories. Listen to me now, listen to me real good. People out there, man, living like they should not. And I get high than a motherfucker all day. Just to keep it cool, yeah, doing this shit my way. And I'ma do whatever I want. I'ma do whatever I like. I'ma do whatever feels good. And I'ma do whatever feels right. Always before you cross the line.
I know, you might not like the way we say it, but it's the truth. You should probably acknowledge that. But you can keep coming at us if you want. I know, they're targeting the crap out of certain people. I know, when you try to tell them. It's best not to. You're like, why do I even bother trying to fucking help people? Oh no. Did you smell it? Do you dare to say anything? Probably not, pussy. Fucking pussy. I know, and as you can see, a lot of the ones who aren't pussies and are willing to say it, they say it point blank if you listen. But they say it almost in tongue. And so when you try to show that to other people, no, that's not what they mean, and they'll put their own spin on it. Like, dude, have you met that person? Right, and they're either crazy or a kook, especially if we listen to them. I know they caught on to that back in like 2008. You tried telling you. You don't want to fucking listen. You're nasty fucking people. Yeah, to the ones that have moved away. To the ones that have died. To the ones that have survived. Are you speaking from your third eye? What a fucking idiot. Anyways, yeah, I really hope the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine do what they're supposed to do to expose the facts and what's happening here, because you fucking people are gone. Dude, you're fucking gone. You need help. Just saying. Egg on the evil. Go, go.
Because he's a real psychopath. He's on a big yacht. Him and his wife bought the Met Gala, which a bunch of my comedian friends would tweet, all day about how, white men suck, seem to throw those morals away when it's time to go to the Met Gala that's now owned by a true lunatic, Jeff Bezos, who's on a super yacht. He's a genuine Bond supervillain. But there's something about Bezos I kind of don't know if I would say I like it, but there's something honest about Bezos. He's like, I'm on a super yacht. I got this, my wife. We have a big wedding in Italy. We invite every famous person we know. We are, Bezos seems like a guy, there's maybe some insecurity there, or whatever it is. He desperately wants to prove to you that he's the coolest person that's ever lived. And, is that disgusting? Sure. But you know what it is. And I think now, truly in life, it's not about whether you agree or disagree with someone. I was thinking about this the other day, and it's not about whether you think they're good or bad. Do you know what they are? I think this is becoming the real question and the real concern and the real way to evaluate people. Forget good or bad, forget the morality, forget just for a minute, and just, do you know what they are? Do you get where they're coming from? Are they reliably consistent? Whatever. And a guy like Jeff Bezos, I think you kind of understand that. This guy feels like someone who's really trying to be a human being. He's doing his best. He's occasionally succeeding. But something is deeply unsettling. But let's continue here. Mark Zuckerberg, friend of the show.
Incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. Alright, perfect. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi. What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Huh? Who made this place? That's awesome.
Right?
Okay, so, alright, kill this. Just to give you a refresher course of what the metaverse was. Now, find this article here where it is, his New York Times article about Facebook dying. Meta dying, which owns Facebook. It's on Drudge. And, I read this article today, and they make the point that nothing on the internet dies overnight. Even Yahoo and AOL and things like that, they still function. They still have people that use them. Facebook, I don't know anyone on Facebook. We can sell a lot of tickets on Facebook. We post probably content from this show on Facebook. Facebook's now settling lawsuits with people because it's now proven that Meta's algorithm has, driven people, I think, to kill themselves and stuff. I think that's what's going on. Like, that the algorithm has focused on negativity, and it has incentivized and encouraged the type of behavior that has led people to have serious psychological conditions. So Meta's they're settling some law. Like, we all know someone who's gone insane on social media. We all know that. You all have an aunt. We've all existed in this world long enough to know someone who has genuinely become a schizophrenic on social media. We know that person. We know someone who at one time was fun and who is now a schizophrenic. And that's sad, and I don't know what can be done about it, but we know that exists. So what I was talking about before, in March, the company, Meta, alongside YouTube, lost a bellwether lawsuit alleging that its addictive design choices triggered anxiety, depression, and body image issues in a teenager. Waiting in the wings are over 100,000 similar cases seeking claims in the tens of billions of dollars. Also, people have talked about foreign influence campaigns using Meta, misinformation campaigns using these sites or whatever. So this article in the Times is basically saying that although Meta is still doing very well in the sense that they've made a lot of money, there's a few key markers that show that the company itself is beginning to decline, and that could be irreversible, and that era of the internet might be ending, and it will take a while, and one wonders what comes next. But There's a quote here. There's a grim satisfaction in watching this organization hoist with its own petard. This is the company that profited from trafficking in lies. It tunes its algorithms to boost hatred and division, that stole our data and used it against us, that created the culture of toxic meme, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So this is in the New York Times. And what they're saying here is they go, well, if Facebook dies, maybe things get better. And the New York Times, like, it could be a heartening turn in our national conversation. And they said TikTok traffics more in inspirational content. I don't know what algorithm on TikTok they're on, by the way. They go, TikTok traffics in more inspirational content? I don't know where they're at. They go, prom videos are currently trending. Okay. But what's interesting about this, to me, like kind of reading this article, is imagining what comes next, because there was that.
What does Graham Plattner think of rural Mainers? He calls them stupid and racist, and Plattner called some Maine lobstermen drug-addicted pieces of shit. That's the real Graham Plattner. Pine Tree Results Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Well, the VS prototype is the new Tour B from Bridgestone. And for me, I want it to go further. I want it to be better in crosswinds, but give me more spin around the greens. It's a utopian kind of dream, but that's what I would like to have. Well, I think on any player's game, you give them 13 yards.
There was that, and it seems to be like, are young people fighting about politics on the internet? It doesn't seem to be that they are in the way that older people are. That feels to me like something that, as a younger friend of mine who helped out with the show recently said, old heads do. It doesn't feel like that's it. Like, the people I know who have the most active social media presence are older. And that seems odd. It seems like it should be the other way around. That younger people should be the ones on social media using it for whatever reasons to make change or whatever. But it seems to be it's like older people that are bored and all they care about is this, and this is now where they live.
That's why Mazda has been named
like, that is their metaverse. Like, he has created that. They don't need the goggles. They're already there. They're already there, Mark. You did it. You kind of did it.
A lot of them too.
My aunt's already there.
With
She's locked
some
in.
businesses, that's
I don't
all
know
they
that she
do.
needs to be in a
Pushing them out,
digital
teaching them how
world.
to be content
You've already
creators
created this
and build their
space where people are able
businesses
to basically just fight
Right.
about
What do the people want to see?
things that don't really affect them for the rest of their lives until their bodies are riddled with cancer and they die. That's how old people live
Porno
now.
and peyote.
Old people, however you want to, talk about our country. A lot of people that aren't from America are like, it's, they visit here and they go, it's an abomination what you do to your old people. You stick them in homes, you kick them out of the house.
Many of them,
they never do that in Japan. They go, we all live together, we respect our elders, they die in their beds. We ship them to nursing homes, there's fight clubs, people pee on them or whatnot. It's bad. Well, whatever you think about that, old people now, the last years of their life, meaning when they still have, before they're completely bedridden and they're going out, Mark Zuckerberg has stolen the last 10 years of your mother's life before she got dementia and Alzheimer's. Mark Zuckerberg has stolen that. The last 10 years of Grandma's life, where's Grandma? She's on Facebook. She's drunk and she's fighting with someone she's never met. And that's how people get old now. They get old on the internet and they spend their golden years, the last years on this planet, where they still have moving legs and they can still walk. They spend it shut in their home on Facebook talking about Iran. That's what Mark Zuckerberg's created. He's driven your parents insane, and he's given them a place where they're incentivized to actually get crazier. And that's the way people get old now. That's part of life. I've always talked about Mint Mobile, and I mean it. You gotta start saving money right now. The economy's not great. Cell phone service is a place where you can be more responsible with your money. It is important that you do so. Many of my friends and myself and everyone I know, my family, we've all started, so we have Mint Mobile. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. I use it, and you should too. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/Tim Dillon. I'm telling you, ditch overpriced wireless. Get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. Bring your own phone and number. Activate with an eSIM in minutes and start saving money immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. It's mintmobile.com/Tim Dillon. That's mintmobile.com/bones. And explain that to the kid. Well, you can't do it. Go to God, you do other things, you know. But in OA, Overeaters Anonymous, which I haven't been in, LOL, they tell you gotta eat. So it's not, there's a moderation's not moderation's essential in that. It's like Sexual Anonymous. So you gotta have sex, but you can't, like, do whatever things you were doing that are bad. Whereas it's different, like AA, it's like you can't. It's the phenomenon of great. But here's the deal, these kids aren't getting away from screens. So they're little junkies, screen junkies in their house, but you need to teach them a responsible way to use the internet because it's going to be their entire life. Otherwise, Mark Zuckerberg's going to get them later on and they're going to go fucking insane. We gave the internet to a generation of people. They are in the process of destroying everything in the world. Everything in the world, by the way. They haven't even had it for that long. It's not like they've had it for that long. But they got it late in life and it scrambled their fucking brain. So what you have to do you know how many people I know who've blocked their own mother? Do you know how many people I know on Facebook or whatever that have told me I've blocked my mother? She cannot reach me on the internet. If she wants, she can call me. I have blocked her. I do not want to see what she posts. I don't want to see what she shares. I go, your mother. Yo, yeah. So, I know that the knee-jerk reaction is to say, get the screens out of the hands of kids. Well, sure, but I think realistically, they're not going to be able to exist without having some kind of relationship to a screen. So I would say if you're one, it's not 9 hours. 8 hours a day is too much. With their choice. I'm saying you got on the boat, you should be killed. I'm serious. I'm serious tonight. I've had enough. These people, they bring these rare outbreaks from the buffet of a cruise ship with rodent shit, and then they're mad that they can't go waltz around fucking Macy's. You live with your choice. Sit in your bunk on the cruise and get ready to get struck with a missile. You're dead. We're going to kill you. You're dead. Hantavirus will not kill you. The U.S. government will. I'm telling you, I'm sour. You know, Trump, his decisions I don't like. I've soured on him. I thought he had some real good points early on. But I'll tell you this. If he blows up this ship, if he blows up this hantavirus ship, I'm back. Let's listen to the rest of his...
morning. Good morning. Yeah, it is really nice. I'm going to do our Just For Today reading. Is that good? Should be. Tell if it was going or not. Just for today. Oh, okay. That's awesome. All right. You're welcome. Thank you. Oh, that's not today. Let's see. Ah. May 13th. An uncontrollable urge. Thousands of dollars worth of damage was caused by a series, excuse me, of 7 midnight fires in Montclair, New Jersey, all because a 14-year-old boy got an urge. Each fire, we did read this one the other day, and we're reading it again because someone wants to do each day by day. Each fire started within a block and a half of each other and was caused by burning soaked rags in oil or kerosene. The police finally picked up the boy who admitted setting the fires. When he watched the flames shooting up, the boy would feel a tingling sensation in his limbs and a stronger one in his spine. All of us are tempted at times, but God sees to it that we receive enough help from Him to overcome our own desires. If we give in to any whim or urge, we are no better than animals. Find something safer to get those same kind of feelings from. Right, because it says he would get a sensation in his limbs and a stronger one in his spine when he saw the flames shooting up. So that was after he committed the act, but what was it that urged him to do that? I mean, it couldn't have been the shooting up of the flames he was watching after the fire, unless he had done this before and gotten those feelings, and the thought of it was giving him those kind of feelings, and then he wanted to do it for real. What would be an example of something else? I mean, a whole number of things. Maybe someone says skydiving, but not everyone can skydive or has the money or the ability or agility to be able to do that. It's too scary for them too, huh? It's way easier and safer for them just to set a few fires and sit back and watch. Yeah, you don't gotta go up in a plane and risk your life. F that, right? Okay, so maybe he could watch some movies. His mom doesn't let him watch those kind of movies. No, she thinks that it'll make him do bad things or something. Huh. How about... I mean, there must be something. And you can think of a whole host of things in the world, right? I mean, does he have access? Is he able to do those things? Right, sometimes those kind of factors can play into what might give somebody an urge to do something. I mean, they can't do this, they can't do that. So what can they do? Right, sometimes maybe it's not the urge, it's the profit. And then maybe, usually, sometimes if it's the profit, they want the profit so they can get the things that help get the urge. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, these are good discussions to have. Right, and we do those kind of classes where you can just sit still and you can think about different things and something can make you laugh. I don't really have to go very far, I'm just sitting here. Oh, that's making me hungry. That sounds good. Do I want to, I mean, what urges am I able to suffice? What's possible, not possible? And then sometimes to think of the things that are not possible. Some have a hard time with that, don't they? For some, it can make them depressed because they know it's unattainable. So it can make them feel sad or angry, where others enjoy that imagination and that at least they can watch a movie, pretend, act it out, states of mind. Oh, okay, so something like going swimming, if they can't go swimming, how are you supposed to get that kind of? You can think about it. You can maybe put on a movie about swimming. Go take a bath. Fill up an inflatable pool. Soak in it. Swish the water. Get some of the same sensations going. I mean, it might not be Lake Pontchartrain or the specific place you wanted to go. You wanted lake water, you wanted salty water. You can use your imagination, right? And then to be at peace, like, okay, I can't make it to Lake Pontchartrain right now. And maybe taking a bath, barbecuing something. I mean, there are other things that might be able to bring on that essence of a holiday or a season. A place. Right. So, I mean, this was about a 14-year-old boy, huh? He had an urge. Right, and I mean, they're being taught they can't control their anger, they can't control their sadness or urges, and they need medication for that. And they feel as though when they get angry or are sad, can't control an urge. Right, it's okay, right? I think what happens is they get confused because when that urge, whatever it is, right, and when they're told they can't control that, and they need a medication for it. But what if it turns into, let's see. No, I see what you're saying. I'm just trying to word it in a way, because if I word it like that, trust me, it's not going to register. Hold on. I'm trying to think of a good kind of scenario or to bring through that meaning that you're talking about, because that's really book. Wow, yeah, I mean, it's not going to register at all. Hold on. Right, it almost becomes like a crush, like everything, they just get angry about everything, and then if people just like, geez, it's not much to get angry about, my goodness. Right, like something simple, like you misplace something, or like those road rage type instances in all environments where it's just so quick to, right, what the fuck, get out of the way. I mean, you never know. I mean, they might be having a seizure. Who knows? Right, I mean, just so quick to get angry and everybody's in your way. And right, and then if somebody tries to say, geez, help you with a little bit with that anger. I mean, life's beautiful, man. I mean, there are some things to get angry about. Trust me, I get fucking pissed when we talk about the fuckers making child and animal pornography and the fucking sick pigs around here protecting them. Oh, we get fucking angry, all right. And we can control it. And sometimes we just choose to let it out. Right, and we would never do that, in public spaces or, in a space where someone might be offended by that. Right, as you can see, the ones who are speaking out offended are the fucking sickos and the criminals. So, yeah, think about that. Right. Anyways, so when they're so quick to get angry about any little thing, and if you try to help them with that, they get angry with you now. Look, I have anger issues and I can't control it. Yes, you can. And then when they have other people telling them they can't, and not to listen to crazy people like us. Oh yeah, they just think you can just hum away all your problems. They're psychotic, dude. They really need help. Right, so it's just in them, and then it just becomes, every little thing, and this becomes compounded, and they're getting angry, and they have an excuse, and they can't control it, and they need medication for it. And the urges, now, this is not just getting angry, it's an urge. You can stop doing that. Can you knock that off? You know what? We're in a library. Yeah, we use these examples all the time. Right. I mean, there are certain environments where some behavior, you got to knock that off. Stop. Shh. So, look, there's a speaker. Shh. Right. And they usually will remove people. If you can't be quiet during someone's presentation, they remove you if you can't control it. Right, and are you going to listen to someone that then wants to throw a fit and try to get everybody to understand that they can't control it? Like, yeah, okay, obviously that's a parent, that's why you were removed. They feel as though people are just supposed to put up with it and they shouldn't have been removed and that they need to be brought back in. And because they have some diagnosis and can't control it, that people should be okay with it and they shouldn't be removed. That's kind of where the issues lies with a lot of those things. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was a lot. I'm trying to bring through what you're saying in ways that aren't so booky. Right, because they don't understand it. Trust me, we've been doing this for years. If you even try to go that route, it's just words. It's in one ear and out the other. They don't hear it. Yeah, and they don't want to hear it, and they don't have time for it. And they got to go make their hot dogs and tell more lies. Cover, cover, cover. Yeah, it's pretty sick when you think about it, just the level of abuse and neglect going on within these systems and how they profit from it on top of it. A lot of people all around us. Right, so we're not even concerned about any of that. We're like, yeah, carry on, sickos, that's life. I know, happens. Your time to shine. Yeah, get what you deserve. Sick of paying out these bums food stamps to mouthy ghetto people. Go and buy my groceries. I know, like they show a bunch of clips like that just to make them feel better that they made the right decision. Yeah, it's sick, dude. You see it. You fucking see it. Yeah, it's pretty sad. All of us are tempted at times, but God sees to it that we receive enough help from Him to overcome our own desires. If we give into any whim or urge, we are no better than animals. More and more people seem to feel that any evil act can be justified because they had an uncontrollable urge to commit it. However, those who cannot control dangerous impulses usually fail because they have not disciplined their wills. This can be done only by constant effort with God's help until it becomes a habit. That did just say exactly what we were saying. Why didn't I just read that? Right, you understood it. See, they wouldn't have gotten all that by reading that. I just had to give them a little bit more material. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Matthew 26:14. Oh, thank you. I haven't showered or anything. I think I still have crusties in my eyes. No, not really. Someone said, well, go wipe them out. I don't get crusties in my eyes. I remember getting that as a kid. Yeah, when I was really young. And then we were getting that conjunctivitis. Yeah, I remember a few smart doctors. I think they were saying it was from all the raw hot dogs we were eating, among other things. Something to do. There was some other things too. But if you remember, it was popular for a little bit. People were getting conjunctivitis. They were calling it a pigsty. That's the hot dogs. Yeah, it makes sense. Pigsty. Go figure. But yeah, no, I haven't gotten eye crusties since I was a kid. It's never been a problem. Sometimes I get a little gooey in the corner, and I've slept for a really long time, and I get a little bit of gooey. Not too much. And it's always, thank goodness, always white and clear. You notice that? I remember as a kid sometimes when you get respiratory problems, it could be green or yellow. Right, haven't gotten that decades. Not at all. None. No coloration. I've never gotten any green, brown, yellow, nothing. Always very white or clear, if I get any. Yeah, I do, and because the system is working good, we get a lot of nasal discharge, which is always just clear, which is normal. That means the system is working properly, and if you try to suppress that, then you're going to get a fluid buildup. Thank goodness they have medication to help you with that. Oh my Jesus, help me to strengthen my will by little daily acts of discipline. You're welcome. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it is a beautiful morning. All right. Yeah, we're probably going to go do that, and then we'll do... Yeah, someone asked if we could reread the introduction on both of those. We were going to do chapter 1 on each one. So we're going to reread the introductions first. I got some eye rolls and some oh yays. Now, are those oh yays because you really want to reread them, or because it made them roll their eyes and you're just oh yaying that they're irritated? A little bit of both. Okay. All right, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome.